I'm gonna tell you something about self-confidence. This is gonna be a short, it's not gonna be a long video. Some people are shy, some people, they walk into a room, they get zero respect, nobody looks at them, they don't even feel good within themselves, they don't feel fulfilled. And then there's some people on the other end who have aura. Some guy can walk into a room and just carry himself in such a way that people are interested. People are like, damn, this guy's like, he comes off as important. This guy's energy is pretty big. This guy has a pretty magnetic aura. People like this guy. People want to spend time with this guy. They want to look at him. They want to look up to him, learn from him. Why? It's because of what you keep in your mind. So we're talking about manifesting here, and everything you keep in your mind, if you give it enough energy, it is going to manifest. So think about this. You are probably here. Let's say you're in the middle. Most people have low self-confidence. They see themselves over here below. So what happens? Eventually with time, their personal character begins to meet their self-image. Bro, I remember 2 years ago, I just had a bad self-image. I just didn't see myself in a cool way. I didn't see myself as somebody who had this energy and who was confident in that way. But over the years, and especially very recently, I've had this kind of switch, this transformation, not physical transformation, but a mental transformation up here. The way I see myself has changed immensely compared to the last year. And here's one thing I learned. People are starting to respect me more. When I talk to people all of a sudden, they want to listen. Now they give you their ear. They're like, hold on, let me listen to what this guy has to say. I remember there were times when I would feel so left out, like when I was talking to somebody, or when like there's a group of people and I would say something and nobody would really react. Nobody would listen and add on to what I had to say. People would just cut it off there. And I'm the same person nothing changed, but this is what changed. The way I see myself has changed, and I wake up every single day and I'm actually proud to be alive. I'm actually happy. I look at my life and the way it's progressing and it's going up, the progress I've made in the past year, and I just think to myself, I'm actually proud. I actually love the direction that my life is headed in. I love the way I spend my time. I love the habits that I do every single day, and I'm kind of proud of myself in that way. And people might say it's arrogant, you know? People might say, oh, you're being too arrogant. But no, when you come from a person who had such low crippling self-confidence, why compensate below? Why think below? You have to compensate by overcompensating in the other direction. You have to have almost a delusional self-belief that's up here so that you can eventually meet it in the middle or somewhere here. The truth is, the majority of people have low confidence. They think of themselves here, they have a low self-image. So that's the thing, you have to eventually balance out this self-image. And if you're already low, like somewhere over here, you don't balance it out by thinking even lower, you balance it out by thinking even higher. And eventually you manifest the self-image. The way you see yourself comes to life. You start to see yourself in a certain way. You start to see yourself and your life heading in a certain direction. And then you actually see yourself in that way, and you see it coming to life by the days, by the weeks, by the months. And you see yourself progressing, you see things change physically. That's because you're basically manifesting the way you see yourself. So don't be shy, don't try to be humble more than you have to. Most of us have self-images over here, so you need to compensate and overthink yourself, overestimate what you can do, overestimate your confidence, convince yourself that it's gonna work out, convince yourself that you know more than you do, that you can take more action than you can, that you're better than you are. Fake it till you make it. And the people who say you're too arrogant, whatever, it's just nonsense. It just doesn't even make sense. Just don't listen to that. If you're already over here, then maybe you need to be humble so you can balance yourself out a little bit. But if you're down here and you think and your self-image is over here and you don't see yourself in a very good light, then you're probably gonna have to overcompensate in the other opposite extreme. So when I walk on the street, I'm starting to see myself in a third perspective. I imagine somebody on the other end of the street, for example, who may be looking at me, and I imagine how that person would see me from a third objective point of view. And it's always something good. It's always like, oh damn, this guy's pretty confident, you know? This guy, he walks in such a nice, easy, smooth way. That might sound a bit weird, but that's the truth. That's how you convince yourself. It's all a game. You're constantly playing with your memory. You're constantly playing with this energy, and you have to convince yourself of the life you want to live, of the person you want to be. You attract what you are, and what you are is your thoughts in a given moment. Your thoughts have energy, and this energy radiates. So whatever you think, whatever you hold in your mind day after day after day, eventually in some sort of way it becomes real. So do not make the mistake of trying to be more humble or trying to see yourself in a low light, but no, expand yourself. Let yourself be open. Let yourself be free. Let yourself experience all the confidence that you want. And you can also do visualization exercises. You can imagine yourself, for example, walking into a meeting, a business meeting, and you can imagine yourself as this very important person who's walking in perfectly dressed with the perfect movement, who's just walking in being confident. And you can imagine yourself as you're walking to that room, having your shoulders back, you have this charisma, you have this confidence, there's something about the way you move, there's something about you that's just different. It's just on another level. You see yourself over here. You can do visualization exercises, which I've been doing for a long time. Just visualize yourself like as a celebrity, you know, visualize yourself as somebody famous, some important diplomat. Imagine yourself in a very high position for just play this out in your mind, you know? Imagine yourself, you're an important real estate investor and you're walking into a cool business meeting, you have the suit on and you're feeling confident, you're just feeling yourself, you're with your energy, you're like everything's perfect, you love yourself. Just imagine, play that out in your mind and just play with the energy of confidence, of just being in your own element. And then also another thing about confidence is realizing that your energy, for example, is based on how much you care. So your inner state also attracts to you everything in the external world that competes with that energy, that has a similar type of energy and aura. So another important thing is the less you care, about how people see you, the less you think and you analyze every single movement based on if somebody's gonna like this or see this as cool or whatever you say. The more you let go and you just realize that every single way that you are is perfect. If you move your hand in a weird way, if you walk in a weird way and you swing your shoulders too much or whatever you may think about yourself, that's these small things, you know, when you just let go of all of those micro things, those micro details that don't even matter, people don't even see them, you'll get to a very nice and an elegant point of energy where you just start flowing freely. You just start being present where you are. You stop focusing on these micro details and you just look at the big picture, because everybody looks at the big picture. Nobody focuses on the small details. They don't focus on the weird hair in a weird direction. They don't focus on that small spot on your clothes that nobody cares about. They don't even focus on these small things in your speech. They see the big picture, and you should too. When it comes to confidence, these things have helped me so much. So number one, visualization exercises. Visualize yourself as an important person, as a celebrity walking on the red carpet, for example, and just visualize yourself being so confident, being so nonchalant, being in your element, in your energy, feeling yourself. And another thing is to not care. Realize people don't care about those micro details, those weird things that you think about yourself. People don't care about them, so neither should you. Just let yourself be and realize that every way that you act, every way that you speak, every way that you move, the facial expressions that you make, all of them are actually nice. They're from an objective point of view, people actually like them. They like the way you move. They like these things about you. Having this kind of almost overcompensating in that direction with your confidence, with your self-image, and thinking way higher of yourself than you normally would. That is honestly what eventually compensates yourself. It eventually balances itself out and makes your confidence natural and easygoing and smooth. I think that is what's important. Don't listen to those people. They tell you be humble, put yourself down, you know, think of yourself lower than you are. I think you should to adjust, you know. Meet yourself at the top right there. Don't set yourself up for failure by thinking low of yourself. Set yourself up for success by appreciating yourself, by actually having some type of delusional self-image. So I'm Dan, I make videos like these every single day. If you like the videos that I make, subscribe, join the Discord, and the world is yours. You got this, bro.